Hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased. Now, this is the big one. This is the list that we all really care about. Everyone comes up with their own lists, and some people get a bit dicey. I mean, the last list we did, the overrated one, no one was really messing with my picks, so here's what it is. This is the 2022 best sneakers of the year. So let's get into it. Now, before we do it all, some honorable mentions. We gotta say the neck face SB joints, the Huff SB joints, the Albino Prado Saucony joints, the Bodega 9060s. Even though they just came out, they're so good that I hate that silhouette, but then I saw that and I want them. So that's how good they are, but not quite on the list. The Union 2s as well. All honorable mentions, so they're not on here. But at number 20, it is the 2002R Backyard Legends 2. Now, I've got to admit, I love supporting local and everything like that, but when the first one came out, I don't like it. I love green, but the green and purple, I don't know, it just didn't really do it for me. And when they did this one, it's not necessarily a shoe I would like, and a lot of people are saying it's quite plain in comparison to the first one, but the colouring is that of that 80s, 90s cricket backyard. Like, that's the palette, right? All the cricket gear was that type of, like, that colorway, everything like that. So for me, I feel like they killed it. I feel like this is a much more wearable colorway. And again, having the AUS on the tongue, crazy. That's why it's number 20. So shout outs to Up There and New Balance for that, because New Balance has had a hell of a year. Number 19, it is the Union Dunk Pistachio. Now, look, these could have been a lot higher. I think in most people's list they are, but I'm a little bit different. For me, the whole pack is cool, but I feel like the pistachio colorway was the best. I feel like I saw, I want to say maybe the purple colorway somewhere, which is meant to be like a Lakers colorway, I guess, and I wasn't feeling it. Hindsight, I probably should have just grabbed it, but I only buy what I'm going to wear, so. At number 18, this is a controversial one because, like, when I got my pair, the quality was so bad that I sent it back. I've since ordered another pair. Shout outs to USG. They posted one from this pack, and I asked them if they were getting these, and they messaged me when they came in. So I also got them to check the quality control before they sent them out. But look, I've seen these in hand when I went to Subtype, but it is the shelf life too. The apparel, everything, like, they killed this, right? The materials are crazy. It is quite expensive for a low, but I feel like the quality of materials and everything, it makes up for it. Plus, it's a South African graffiti store. Like, me coming from a hip hop graffiti background, I was all the way in. Plus, the apparel's dope. I'm definitely getting one of the hoodies as well. So that is number 18. Number 17, I feel like New Balance has had a huge year, and it's on the back of this. It's the Teddy Santas pack. I'm not going to name, one shoe, even though if it was for me, it'd be the 990 V2 in the blue colorway. Red's not really my thing, but I just feel like New Balance has had such a huge year, and for the fact I wouldn't necessarily wear any of these. I feel like the 990 V2 in the blue would be the closest I would, but I just feel like they need to be mentioned in this list. The quality is incredible. This was a big part of why New Balance had a big year. It set it off at the start of the year, mid to start of the year, and they've just been going in waves since, so that's why they're on the list. At number 16, this is another controversial one, but again, it's my list. So, the Nike Air Max Plus Terrascape. Now, I haven't bought a pair of TNs in so many years, like legit. I did a whole episode on why and everything like that. but the Terrascape range, whether it be the 90s, whether it be the TNs, it was just executed so well. The year before, they obviously did a recycled pack, and it was okay. This is leaps above, right? The all black pair, when I first seen it, suckered me in. And I'm not a massive all black shoe type person. Then there was like an olivey type color, almost pulled the trigger, but when I seen the blue and white joints, I had to, especially when I seen them in person. For me, like, you can have whatever prejudice you want against TNs, but try a pair of these on your feet, like legit. These are so comfortable. The Terrascape range, not a collab or anything, they are just the GR, it's just something Nike's done, but incredible. At number 15, it is the Air Max 1 Casino. Specifically for me, the blue colorway, but a lot of people like the other one. But I just feel like this pack is, I've seen these in hand, the quality is insane. It was just the perfect shoe to relaunch the Air Max 1 back into the world, essentially. Obviously, we've had a lot of Air Max 1s this year. Next year is going to be more looking towards GR pairs, but this here, perfect. And I'm pretty sure you can get them on like Sneaker Dunk right now, like around retail, maybe even under. So didn't go crazy, probably doesn't get the respect they deserve, but they are here, 100%. One of the best shoes of 2022. At number 14, it is the Asics X Atmos X Sneaker Freaker Alley Cats. Now, I could have bought these pair, I wish I did, you know. I've said in other videos that Asics been growing on me for a long time. This shoe had a big part to play in that, and by the time I wanted them, it was too late. Resale's going crazy, everything like that. I don't pay resale. I'm definitely not paying resale on a pair of Asics, but I've seen these in hand. We're talking about Asics in the Sneaker of the Year category. I mean, they've got to be good for that, right? For me, having Atmos collab with an Australian company, and look, it's crazy. They did apparel for this, they did a magazine drop centered around it as well. They just killed the collab, and that's why they're on the list. Number 13, when I first saw this, it reminded me of a shoe that's probably all on our well out of reach bucket list grail type list, but it is the Black Canvas 4. Now, it is a cheaper version of the Carhartt 4s. There's obvious differences between them, but for me, they're just a solid shoe. I don't like all black shoes, but obviously just that little bit of white, a little bit of grey breaks it up. Quality and materials are really good as well, and to be honest, it's like one of the only 4s that doesn't crush my little toe. So, I love 4s, I just wish I could wear them more. So for that, for me, it's just a crazy shoe, and I feel like resale went nuts on these too, so obviously people feel the same. I didn't think I would get this pair. I think it came in clutch on like a Foot Locker raffle, which for whatever reason didn't draw until like 2 days after it should have. So for me, it's a great shoe. I've worn it already. I feel like I put them on as soon as I got them. I gotta admit, there's no style loss, so I think I've only worn them the once. But yeah, great shoe. That's why it is where we at. Number 13. Definitely go cop. I feel like most people want like $500-600 for this. You know my opinion on resale, but if you want to get your hands on it, it's a lot cheaper than 20 grand, yeah? This is going to be a very controversial one. Not the fact that it's on the list, the fact that it's so low on the list. But at the number 12, it is the Amanier 4. I feel like it's a great looking shoe. I feel like the materials are incredible. What didn't sell it for me 100% was the back of the shoe, which just looks really sharp, and I just feel like all types of blisters are going to happen in that. I love the quilted effect, but the way that they round off the edge, I already know I'm going to get blisters in that. I get blisters and shit, I'm not even trying to get blisters in, let alone that. Great shoe. I obviously went in for it, just like all of us. Didn't hit, but like, there's just been so many good pairs this year, and that's why it's low on the list. But you know, there's probably been, without an exaggeration, if you take into consideration GRs and across multiple different brands, it'd be easy to say there was 500 plus sneakers released this year. That's probably not even touching it, but for them to be number 12, not bad. At number 11, it is the Forced NYC X Nike SB Dunk. I cannot stress how incredible the quality is on these. Top to bottom, the collab, they killed it. Even with the leather tongue, man, these are incredible. I still haven't worn them yet. I feel like this is going to be a winter thing with the all black. But yeah, look, these are selling well under retail on the secondary market, so you definitely should get yourself a pair. It's two completely different shoes. Like, it's insane. The quality is insane. Comes with multiple different laces. There's so many details on this shoe. There's literally like a part on the Air Zoom pocket that says the devil's in the details, right? Crazy. And I think on the inner sole it says like sell your soul. Absolutely insane. I keep saying I don't like all black shoes, but here we are. They're just so good, man. Honestly, like, this could have been two different shoes. You could have done one like that, one like that. I'd probably buy them both, I'll be honest. At number 10, it is the DJ Khaled Jordan 5 pack. Now, I can't split these two. I've seen the peach colorway in hand. I haven't seen the sale pair. They literally sold out in a day. But, like, they're both incredible. The peach ones, I want to say, on Sneaker Dunk, I can get them for just over retail. So I feel like I'll probably cop them eventually. But yeah, like the apparel pack, everything about it, like the plastic sleeve over the box, like, he killed it. He killed it. The way he delivered it on social media, everything, like the quality of materials, this is just an amazing shoe. I feel like if this was any other silhouette from 1 to 5 with DJ Khaled's name attached to it, it'd be going a lot crazier, right? You look at the threes aren't as good as these, and yet these aren't commanding the same respect on the secondary market as they did, so go figure. There were a lot more pairs to this. This was obviously more of a general release than those, although still limited supply, yeah. But number 10. Number 9, the Taxis. Man, these are probably the best quality Jordan 1 I've had in a number of years. I feel like they got a little bit disrespected, right? Because there were so many. For me, it seemed like they were pretty easy to cop for most people. But when you think about, right, the story, this silhouette and how with the color blocking and everything was rumored for years. They finally bring them out and it's like people forgot. But if you know, you know. Like these images, leaked images, were going around the internet for years and years. We finally get them. There was a lot of people talking about shattered backboard quality leather. I haven't got a pair of shattered backboard, so I couldn't tell you, but it's super, super premium leather. I've worn them a bunch of times. You can see, like, they're dirty. There's not even a crease on the toe. Like, first ever in-store raffle win with Culture Kings when I was in Melbourne as well. So, like, man, these are an incredible shoe, and that's why they're number 9. Okay, this is going to be the most controversial thing on the list. Everyone will be saying I'm bonkers, but again, my list. I'll do what I want. But it is my favourite shoe, probably the one I've worn most this year. It is the Air Max 90 Terrascape in the sail white. I've said it before, I feel like this shoe is better than an off-white 90. I feel like it's the most comfortable 90 I've ever owned. And I've worn these so much. I've cleaned them up like once or twice, but it's one of those shoes that like you beat it and it looks better. That being said, I will be getting another pair because I just want this to last forever. But like I said before when I was talking about the TNs, the whole Terrascape range, they killed it. There's an all black version, a black with white sole, like I think I got a brown one as well. I don't think I've worn them. I don't like them as much as this, obviously, because I've worn these a million times, you know. You can't really tell in the video, but So comfortable. The thing is, like I said before, when they did the recycle range last year, great looking shoes, but the recycled foam was just way too hard and just not as comfortable. This is the complete opposite. It's probably more comfortable than a pair of 90s, so that's why it's so far up on my list. And there's a little bit of bias because it's probably the most worn shoe that I've worn this year. Number 7 on my list. I talk the most shit about this silhouette, or the collab with this silhouette. I'm not going to say the silhouette, but when this colorway came through, man, like I wanted it so bad, but not bad enough to pay resale. But it is the Air Max 1 X Patta in the sail white. These are, or platinum white, I think they're called. These are like literally the perfect shoe. They're just butter leather. Oh, should I pay resale for them? No, I can't do it. Can't do it. Hopefully they'll release a GR version next year. But for me, these are. It's crazy that they did so many of these that they almost bastardized it, and then they brought this out, and it was like, whoa, wait. These are cool again. I never liked any of them except for this one. I'll be honest. The blue one was kind of cool. Black one was kind of cool. The other joints not so much, but this one right here. I'm a sucker for a white on white shoe. What can I say? At number 6, it is the Air Jordan Rebellion Air. Now, these shoes are so great that people were buying them early because they just figured they'd be so unattainable. And then it seemed like a lot of people hit on these. There was a lot more stock than what people anticipated, and that's how it should be, right? For me, like, I almost want to get a second pair so I can keep one as like something to put on the mantelpiece because they're such a work of art. Even the box is up on display on my other little set sort of thing. But man, the quality on these, you wouldn't say graffiti writing, but maybe you would. It's kind of like a chalkboard style writing. Then you got the band X on the back over like what would be a shadow. They killed this. Like if this was a collab, goes for thousands, 100%, with the amount of details on this. And that's what happens so many times. Same with the Terrascapes, same with like the up tempo with the swoosh over the air. That's a collab, it goes nuts. You put a little fucking zip tie on it. But for me, man, when this first came out, I was talking about sneaker of the year, 100%. What are we at? We're at number 6, so it's up there, man. And I haven't worn these yet, purely because I'm waiting to try and get a second pair so I can like keep one on the shelf. I want this as a display piece. That's how I look at it. It's almost like how I looked at the trophy rooms last year. At number 5, it is the Maison Chateau Rouge Jordan 2. There's a lot of Jordan 2s on this list. There's been a lot of Jordan 2s released. I mentioned last year when I predicted that, you know, Nike has this cycle that they go through to reintroduce silhouettes. This year was the year of the collabs. Next year, well, even starting on December 30th, is the OGs, retros, and all that type of stuff. Then there'll be a bunch of GRs, right? But for me, the quality on these are insane. I saw these at Lawso's. Like, the quality of materials are insane. The box is insane. They've got all these little details all over, mixing in like African heritage with basket weaving and everything like that. Like, these are super underrated. Like, I'm pretty sure I can get them maybe even under retail right now on Sneaker Dunk. But yeah, look, these are insane. They're absolutely insane. I don't know why I haven't pulled the trigger on them yet. I just haven't gotten around to it. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I got on the back burner as it is, but I'll definitely be getting them 100%. Another controversial one. Yes, I feel like this is on most people's lists, but most people would probably swap the two around, right? It is the Air Jordan 2 and yeah. I still probably don't think I'm saying that correctly. Most people think I'm out of my mind. They think the 4 should be higher than the 2. But for me, the 2 is incredible. Like, that too had people actually looking at the Jordan 2. For me, I've always liked the Jordan 2. Most people didn't. Not even Michael Jordan likes the Jordan 2. But that one there had people looking at it. And like, as far as I know, it's like the first Jordan 2 I've ever seen go crazy like that, right? So I went in every raffle, couldn't get them. They were fairly unattainable, just like any Amanya collab. But I've seen them in hand. They're perfect. One of them ones that I felt like, should I pay resale for? And then I was like, nah, fuck that. Another shoe will come. But it still does deserve to get its shine, and that's why it's at number 4. At number 3, I mean, to me it's just a beater, but nah, it's the Fire Red 3. Honestly, what more can I say about this? Apart from like the Sail 90, the Terrascape 90, this is probably the other shoe that I've worn the most, and like, you can probably tell there's a little bit of creasing, there's wear on there, everything like that. And I haven't been gentle with my wear. I've worn these on nights out, everything like that. I even got these early for retail. Crazy. Crazy. That was my, I want to say that was my first experience with Sneaker Dunk, yeah? Shout outs to Old Man Kicks for the original coupon. These are so good that I bought another 2 pairs because there's been so many Jordan 3s over the years I think back on where I could have got multiple pairs and they're now trashed and I wish I had another pair, right? I'm talking the Katrinas, even things like some of my 4s. Back before the world went nuts, like around, you know, 2020 or whatever, these used to sit and they'd be easy cops. Like, we're talking about like the Black Cat 4 being $1,000. That sat for months. Nobody wanted it. It was a school shoe. Then all of a sudden, bam, it's fucking out of control. But we're talking about the Fire Red 3. OG Nike Air on the back. Premium materials. The only thing I don't like about it, in comparison to say like the Black Cement 3s that came out in 18, I want to say. Maybe 17. 18. 17 or 18. The 3s back then had a lot more cushioning around here. And that's what I prefer, me personally. Whether or not that's OG or not, it's a comfort thing for me. But still, these are so good. I bought 3 pairs. I almost bought a 4th pair at a recent JD Sports opening. They had them there, almost did it, but thought that was a little bit excessive if 3 pairs wasn't enough. But Jordan 3, Fire Red 3, number 3, sneaker of the year. At number 2, it is the Nike Air Force 1 LV Off-White pack. Now, whether it be the Friends and Family edition, whether it be the GR releases, or the joints that like were auctioned for 150 grand, every single pair, except for maybe the all gold joints and the mids with the graph on the side, were incredible. Like, this is the absolute peak of collabs, in my opinion. And I feel like they'd be a lot higher on most people's list. Even though I got them at number 2, they could have been at number 1 if they were a lot more accessible, right? I feel like retail was like 3 or 4 grand, maybe even more. I could be wrong. It happened so long ago. But every time you see them in any sort of resale store or whatever, they're in a trophy case. This is a complete mantelpiece type thing. Whether it be the packaging with the boxes, the multiple dust bags, the accessories, everything about it. Like, this is an insane collab. And what it did as well was make people, even though this is an anniversary year for the Air Force 1, like, people looked at them and like, yes, Air Force 1s are a great sneaker, and they are. Man, that brown joint that sold for like 160 grand, that may be the perfect sneaker. Like, yes, it's like half a house, but man, like, so crazy. And look, yeah, the hype, the build up, there was like showings, there was, oh man, like, we talk about like in the overrated list with the Brooklyn Air Force One, right? I feel like that's overrated. These are an Air Force One that Virgil's touched with his Louis Vuitton connections, because obviously he's working over there. Like, this is, even though it's a triple collab and there's like 3 people taking money from the pie, like, these are just so good. That's why they're number 2. Like, these are the brown ones, and I want to say the blue and white ones, and maybe the green and white ones, and maybe there's a couple that are like solid colors too, maybe even the white on whites. They're just perfect. Like, it's absolute premium of premium quality materials. And look, I don't think you'll ever see anyone just walking down the street in them, but this is a moment in time. That's why it's here. If it was a little bit more accessible, maybe it is right at the top, but there can only be one number 1. So hit that drum roll, please. That's enough. I'm talking like it's to someone else, but I'll be editing this in about 5 minutes. It is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Lost and Found. Yes, I put this on the overrated list, but yes, it is still an incredible shoe. It is the most talked about shoe. Like, how can you have a triple collab with Louis Vuitton, Nike, and Off-White, and this still be like the biggest shoe, right? This was the most ever Jordan 1 Highs released in a retro sense. And still wasn't enough, because the demand was crazy. I said at the time, like, people that may have calmed down on the resale tip will be back for this shoe. People that might have calmed down in the sneaker world, like just being fans of sneakers, will come back for that shoe. And that's exactly what happened. This is, you take away the mold, you take away the people like having their orders cancelled, everything like that, all the backdoored pairs, like, you take away everything, it is still an incredible shoe. This is the Jordan 1 Chicago we're talking about. It is the best shoe of all time. This is an aged look. Me personally, I prefer the 2015. Me personally, I prefer the Spider-Man joints. If I've got to be honest, I prefer these. But what were these? 2018, so they can't win Sneaker of the Year. But Lost and Founds, they've won it. If it's my list, if it's your list, any list, this is always at the top. I have not seen one list where this shoe is not at the top. It is the most spoken about, the most controversial, and just all around the best shoe. It has to be number 1. But leave it in the comments. What do you think? I've got a lot of controversial picks, and I'm always going to be that, because my choices are my choices. Like, I don't care for hype, I like shoes. I like the shoe. You could have like 20 collabs on something, it's still not going to mean anything to me if I don't like the shoe. Leave it in the comments, make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'm going to edit this and then I'm going back to bed because I'm sick as a dog. If I don't see you before then, from mine to yours, have a good Chrissy. Peace. Oh, I'm fucking dying from man flu, but we gotta do this. Not spicy. That can't go there. I'll put that there. Gotta put the clot 5 somewhere. It's taking forever. Oh, like shit. Hey, what up and welcome to another episode of, actually we'll put that there first. Take 2. Fuck me. I'm talking Katrinas, I'm talking Cool Grey. No, not the Cool Grey 3s. What am I talking about? At number 1, we all expected this. It's been the most talked about all year round, but it is the Clot 5. No, I'm kidding.